All right, Gennady Golovkin had to wait on the sideline, basically waiting 8 months for the Canelo fight. Oscar De La Hoya told Gennady Golovkin, you cannot fight Billy Joe Saunders. Remember, talking about the unification fight. You cannot fight Billy Joe Saunders, yet Canelo goes on, to fight this dude right here, Chavez. You're about to see him in a minute, okay? Okay, that's act one of this whole mess, right? It goes back a little bit further. We can take it all the way back to the Cotto fight. Now testing positive for clenbuterol. The whole thing is an absolute disgrace to boxing, okay? I don't know, I'm a little bit irritated tonight, YouTube, a little bit irritated. I'm just like thinking back on the whole thing. I went and I watched, Canelo basically, withdrawing from the fight, and didn't plan on really making a video because, I'm just to the point where, man, enough is enough, right? But look, it is absolutely unbelievable. Okay, let me repeat. It is unbelievable that Canelo Alvarez is taking the role of a victim in the whole situation, right? And somehow Gennady Golovkin has become the villain. Canelo apologized to everyone and their dog. When he did his little withdrawal from the fight, he apologized to everyone, even like Tecate Beer, okay? He's apologizing to like his neighbor, but no apology to Gennady Golovkin. None. Didn't even mention his name until the end. I'll tell you what he said at the end, but apology. Now, who's the real victim here? Why is Canelo, head hung low, droopy face Canelo, oh, I'm a clean fighter. Oh, I feel so bad. This is terrible for boxing. It's a tragic event, blah, blah, blah. But not one word about, how it's going to affect Gennady Golovkin, right? It's crazy to me. I was waiting. I was like, I kept thinking, okay, he'd read his little piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe in a minute he's gonna, mention, that, he feels bad for Golovkin. That kind. Never heard it. Never heard it. It's crazy. Now, let's switch gears real quick. Pretend, okay? Pretend that we know Canelo is absolutely innocent, okay? Now, if he is innocent, there's something incredibly wrong with the testing procedures and WADA, whatever, the clean boxing program. If Canelo is actually innocent, if he can go to Mexico, sit down and have a taco, a steak, whatever, and ruin like, the biggest middleweight, grudge match now, rematch, whatever, of our era, okay? Believe it or not, or accept it or not, this is our Hagler Hearns, okay? This is our generation's middleweight war, okay? The first fight, okay, 1 to 10, I give it a 7. But I believe the second fight was going to be incredible. I know a lot of you guys out there talk about it all the time. I know you didn't want the rematch. You wanted him to unify. I did too. I wanted both, okay? But, my point is, like, if this dude can go to Mexico, pick up a bad piece of meat, and all of this destruction, this path of destruction, just total destruction can happen. This can, complete meltdown that has happened, to the fight. Then, I don't know. They need to do something about it. And I think maybe they already have, right? Because it is a boxer's responsibility, to keep away from bad meat and that kind of thing. But, just like I said, let's just, what if he is innocent, right? Could you imagine? The consequences from eating a bad steak. They need to make some changes, okay? Now, what did I tell you? I hate to be that guy. I hate to do it, YouTube. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, people out there? Okay, I told you over and over and over he's going to run, okay? He basically, withdrew himself from the fight, in my mind, to avoid the real fight with Gennady Golovkin. What does Canelo do when he's in trouble? Think about it. In the ring on fight night, he ran. The WBC, what happened? He vacated. So to me, I don't know. Is this some big plot? Some big conspiracy theory type thing from, some mastermind thing from Golden Boy to cancel the fight? I don't know. I don't know. Canelo, right, claims Triple G is looking for a way out of the fight. Claims he's looking for an excuse, right? But look, anyone with half a brain, anyone with any kind of sense knows that it's a bunch of BS. Like I said, I cannot believe, he's like, handing out all these apologies around the boxing world and not one single apology to Gennady Golovkin, right? Not one. You know, I mean, look, that's completely disrespectful. And you know, he talks about how he's a sportsman, he's this, he's that. But, you know, I thought that was really just tacky. You know, that's just tacky, right? Now, you know, anyway, let's just back up. Let's just back up, okay? During the press conference today, okay, Canelo, like I said, he opens up by apologizing to everyone, okay? You know, sponsors, the Tecate beer, HBO, the fans, you know, repeating these memorized lines about how he's a clean fighter, and he always has been, blah, 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 blah. Canelo, you know, to me, it seemed like, I don't know, it just seemed fake up there, like a bad actor. And I don't know what was up with that paper he was reading. He's like looking down at this paper the whole time. And I don't know if he like had to memorize all of that, you know, I don't know. And he goes on to say that he tested positive, you know, for a small amount of clenbuterol like other athletes. And he's talking about cyclists and, you know, soccer players, football players, basketball players, like it's no big deal. You know, it's just no big deal, like shrugging it off like it's no big deal. Okay. Now it got me thinking too. It got me thinking about the Vargas fight. You know, Vargas tested positive for clenbuterol, but then, you know, the WBC gave him another chance. You know, he got another chance to test clean. So I'm wondering why Canelo wasn't afforded that same luxury, right? Now think back. I mean, look it up. Vargas, he pops dirty. They basically give the guy a second chance. He tests clean. The fight goes on. And I'm going to make a video about that. There's like this little conspiracy theory going around that might be true. You know, hey, it might be true. I'm not trying to go Alex Jones on you people here, but it might be true. You know, it's just incredibly odd to me that he wasn't given, you know, the same leeway that a guy like Vargas was given. You know, further proof in my mind that the whole thing is concocted by Golden Boy and they're running from Gennady Golovkin, you know. So, you know, I don't know. It's a theory. We'll see. Now, he goes on to say the commission has rules. He'll respect the rules. You know, 12 years, you know, I've done over 90 tests and every one of them negative. But, you know, and he says, you know, what do you say? 12 years, 90 tests, all negative, that kind of thing. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, yeah, but they're not, it's not year round. It's not year round random testing anytime, any day. You know, these guys test for a short window out of the year, usually like a 3 or a 4 month period out of the year. You know, I don't want to get into all the testing and, you know, how often they do or don't test, but I don't know. I guess I found a lot of holes in his statement, you know, and the main one that just, like I said, hit a nerve with me was playing the victim in this whole situation, right? You know, and what I wanted to hear was, you know, well, you know, we're going to do an investigation. You know, we want to know. Now, look, here's the thing. You're Canelo Alvarez. You pop dirty. You know, biggest fight in middleweight history, ruined, of our era, ruined. I mean, you know what I would say? I'd be like, yeah, I'm pissed. I want to figure out where it came from. I want my chef held accountable. You know, we need to do like a private investigation. You know, I'll be back. I'll make a video on social media, whatever it is. Like, you know, that's what I wanted to hear, like that intensity. I wanted to hear that passion in his voice, but we got like this, like, I don't know. You know, it was like the script that he was reading, you know, and with bad acting, you know, you know, like I said, the head hanging low and, you know, oh, I'm incredibly hurt and crushed by this, blah, 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 right? You know, so I don't know. You know, the fight's canceled. We all know. I mean, I told you guys a week ago it's going to be canceled. You know, like Dan Raphael was trying to tell everyone, Steve Kim, people like that. You know, I even said it before those two guys said it. You know, once Bob Bennett filed the complaint, the formal complaint against Canelo, that's it. There's no turning back. I said it is the nail in the coffin. Go back, watch my videos. I said it's the nail in the coffin. You know, there will be no fight. Now, I know I hear a lot of people talking about, you know, it's a strategy to wait to wait out Golovkin, you know, so he can get older. Well, you know what? It might be. It might be. But now Gennady Golovkin, you know, talking about a possible matchup with Ramirez, Gilberto Ramirez at 168. Now, I don't understand that move. You know, why jump up, you know, a division and then come back down and fight Canelo in September? Doesn't make sense, okay? Then you have, and then there's rumors for Gennady Golovkin, Spike O'Sullivan, or whatever the hell his name is, you know, this dude that had like one fight and a weird mustache. Now he's, you know, Mr. Popular, right? But he was talking about to an Irish reporter that he had an offer from Canelo to fight Canelo next. So I don't know. It's like, you know, so what's going on here, you know? And not only that, you know, I want to know the punishment, right? Because now, like I said, Canelo withdrew. The April 10th hearing, it'll go on as normal, okay? What are they going to do? I mean, are they going to ban Canelo from boxing for a year, 2 years? I don't know. You know, I mean, and here, look, I'll end it here. In my mind, in my heart, my soul, whatever, what bothers me the most is that we were robbed of such a historical event, right? You know, now what are they going to wait a year? You know, and then you got the training camp, the press event, and we get the rematch with Golovkin Canelo. I mean, what's going to happen? You know, so it just sucks, man. I'm bummed out. You know, I didn't even want to make the video. That's why, you know, I should have made it a day or two ago, but I didn't want to. You know, I was just like, man, just, you know, oh, it's just I don't know. I'm just not into it, I guess. Well, I mean, I'm into it, but I'm incredibly disappointed, mainly in Canelo and his entire team. You know, the way they're handling it, you know, just not owning up to it. You know, I'd rather the guy come out and say, look, you know what? I'm guilty. Yeah, you know, I was taking some pills or whatever. I didn't think it was a big deal. You know, it was a mistake, and, you know, I'll be a man and I'll take the punishment. I'll accept the consequences, that kind of thing. You know, a lot of you people out there are talking about you want a hair follicle, you want a hair test. Well, I'll make a video about that as well. But I'm probably going to leave it at that. What do you think? I mean, are you disappointed? You know, is it a blessing in disguise? You know, hey, maybe I need to look at the bright side. You know, maybe now Gennady Golovkin can move on to bigger, better things that I think are well deserved.